My son wanted to be in athletics and Gateshead Harriers was the obvious choice because it had the name and the history. It's one of the biggest clubs in the North East. It caters for all abilities in all the disciplines and track and field. We also have quite a large disability section. So we try to be inclusive. We don't have standards for coming in, so we'll take everybody from beginners at the age of 8 right through to veterans at the age of 80. We're at Gateshead Stadium. It's just across the river from Newcastle, and Gateshead has typically been seen as the poor relation really for the two cities. There's still areas within Gateshead that are very deprived.
We do a lot of work with, there's a estate just across the road here, and we've won awards for the work we've done with that area, that estate, let's say, with getting a lot of the kids in and getting them into, because they don't have anything to do after school and even if they've gone to school.
I think apart from the financial, it's a low aspiration. They don't see Gateshead Harriers really or Gateshead Stadium as part of the community. It's always been seen as elite. We're trying to break down those barriers.
A lot of kids that come from difficult backgrounds and they don't do fantastically well in school and they haven't found anything that they're really amazing at yet or they enjoy, and they come here and they realise, actually, I've got something here and it's me. It's not just I'm not part of one team, I'm really good at this sport, and you can see how much confidence it just gives them. And we manage as a club to get them in, to just get them in and get them in a sport, because not many people take chances on them. If we get them here, if we get them focusing on athletics, focusing on getting fit, because the more you do that here, the less likely you're going to want to kind of ruin your body and make those bad decisions outside of school, outside of athletics and school. Athletics can be a hard sport, it's individual, so if you don't do well, you can't look around and blame anyone else. So picking them up from those situations is something that I have to deal with daily.
Coaches at the club tend to go above and beyond just coaching, so in many cases they're mentors. They also help to arrange lifts for people if they're struggling to get to training or competitions. Whenever we know that people need a bit of support, we'll do what we can to help them.
We want to make these kids better athletes. 1%, if that, are going to go on to be GB athletes. And really make it as a profession, because it's a hard profession to make. But we want them to leave and be better people.
We're really proud with the links of the Great North Run, obviously with Brendan Foster being an ex-athlete here. The events that they put on the quayside as well, the children's events, the mini Great North Run, we have a lot of our athletes enter those.
The first year I did the Junior Great North Run, it was to raise money for the MS Society for my nana, and I really enjoyed it then, and then ever since then I did it again.
Last year I won the Junior Great North Run for my age. Just was very proud of it.
We're very lucky to be so involved with the Great North Run. The Great North Run is huge. It's the biggest one. It's the most famous one. And to have our club linked with that is brilliant. And I think that's what puts us on the map the most as well, doesn't it, really? You hear Gateshead Harriers, you think of the Great North Run.
When we're after funds and grants, usually most grants are ring-fenced, so it's on equipment or coach education or things like that. And what we're normally after is a little bit more flexibility with the money, so things like providing transport or helping people with hardship funds. That all at the moment has to come out of membership because it's really hard to get funding for that sort of thing. So that's the sorts of things that we could do more of. Made by Sport is important because it's going to raise funds for grassroots sports that we can hook into, keep more people, young people engaged in sport, try to keep them through their teenage years and into their early 20s, and then hopefully develop from there and put something back into the sport.